Hello everyone, this is Dhanasri Chowgle and you are watching Ganga Education. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, you will get information relating to law, and if you are looking for some competitive examination relating to law field, then you are on right platform. I have done some videos in past on those topics also. I am going to drop a link for you in description box below. Now let's start our today's topic. In this video, we are going to solve 50 most important multiple choice question from the Indian Contract Act 1872, specifically on section 1 to section 75. These questions are important for LLB examination, CACS examination, for judiciary examination and other competitive examination in law field also. So let's get started. Question number 1. When consent is caused by misrepresentation, the contract under section 19 is option A illegal, option B voidable, option C void, option D valid. And the correct answer is option B voidable. Now next question. Question number 2. Inadequacy of consideration does not make the contract option A void, option B voidable, option C neither void nor voidable, option D unenforceable. And the correct answer is option C neither void nor voidable. Question number 3. A contract based on the happening or non-happening of future event under section 31 is called option A wagering contract, option B a contingent contract, option C either A or B, option D none of the above. And the correct answer is option number B a contingent contract. Now question number 4. A finder of good is option A entitled to claim compensation, option B entitled to retain the goods, option C not entitled to claim compensation and thus not entitled to retain the goods, option D both A and B. And the correct answer is option number D both A and B. Now question number 5. A contract which is valid initially however ceases to be enforceable subsequently. The contract option A becomes void since inception, option B remains valid, option C becomes void when it ceases to be enforceable, option D becomes voidable when it ceases to be enforceable. And the correct answer is option number C becomes void when it ceases to be enforceable. Now question number 6. A finder of goods is option A entitled to the specific reward offered by the owner for return of goods, option B can retain the goods so long as the specific reward is not given by the owner, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. And the correct answer is option C both A and B, that is entitled to specific reward offered by the owner for return of goods and can retain the goods so long as the specific reward is not given by the owner. Now question number 7. A contract without consideration under section 25 is option A illegal, option B void, option C voidable, option D valid. And the correct answer is option B void. A contract without consideration is void under section 25. Now question number 8. Parties are not competent to contract if any of them is option A declared unqualified, option B insane, option C minor, option D all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 9. If only a part of the consideration or object is unlawful, the contract under section 24 shall be option A void as a whole, option B valid as a whole, option C voidable as a whole, option D void to extent the same are unlawful. And the correct answer is option A, that is void as a whole. Now question number 10. Void ab initio implies option A. Void of party intent so. Option B. Void from its inception. Option C. Void initially but approved later. Option D. All of the above. And the correct answer is option B, that is void from its inception. Now question number 11. Offer and its acceptance constitute option A, a legal obligation, option B, and promise, option C, a proposal, option D, a contract, and the correct answer is option B, and promise. Now question number 12. Which of the following statement is true? Option A, all proposals are contract. Option B, all agreements are contract. Option C, all promises are contract. Option D, all agreements enforceable by law are contracts. And the correct answer is option D, all agreements enforceable by law are contracts. Now question number 13. For a valid contract, option A, no defined requirement is there. Option B, there should be minimum 2 parties. Option C, no need of 2 parties. Option D, one can make a contract to himself. And the correct answer is option number B, that is there should be minimum 2 parties. Now question number 14. For a valid offer, option A, no defined requirement is there. Option B, no prerequisite essential ingredient is defined. Option C, statement may be made with an intent not to obtain assent. And option D, statement should be made with an intention to obtain assent. And the correct answer is option number D, that is statement should be made with an intention to obtain assent. Now question number 15. Which of the following is a valid consideration? Option A, future consideration. Option B, past consideration. Option C, present consideration. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 16. If the consent is caused by mistake of fact, option A, void. Option B, immoral. Option C, voidable. Option D, illegal. And the correct answer is option A, that is void. If the consent is caused by mistake of fact, the agreement becomes void. Now question number 17. Person is deemed to be in a position to dominate the will of another. Option A, where other is incapable of entering into a contract. Option B, where he holds apparent authority over the other. Option C, where he stands in fiduciary relation to the other. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question 18. Coercion is option A, unlawful detaining or threatening to detain any property to the prejudice of any person. Option B, the committing of any act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Option C, threatening to commit any act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 19. Which of the following is an essential factor of fraud? Option A, he should have an intention to deceive another party. Option B, there should be an active concealment of fact. Option C, person should initially make a false statement. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 20. Which of the following is an essential factor of mistake? Option A, the parties to a contract should be under a mistake. Option B, the fact regarding which mistake is made should be essential to the agreement. Option C, mistake should be as regards to matter of fact. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 21. A quasi-contract implies option A, claim for unliquidated sum of money. Option B, certain relation resembling those created by contract. Option C, contract between two parties. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option B, that is certain relation resembling those created by contract. Now question number 22. Parties are under legal obligation to restore the benefits in case of option A, contracts which are void ab initio due to initial impossibility. Option B, contracts which are turned void due to subsequent impossibility. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, that is both A and B. Now question number 23, that is agreement to murder a person. Option A is valid in law. Option B is invalid for want of consideration. Option C has no consensus ad idem. Option C cannot be enforceable by law. And the correct answer is option D, that is cannot be enforceable by law. Now question number 24. According to section 2, clause F, promises which form consideration or part of consideration for each other are called option A, consideration. Option B, reciprocal promises. Option C, reciprocal contract. Option D, counter offer. And the correct option is option number B, that is reciprocal promises. Now question number 25. When the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be option A, accepted. Option B, mentally accepted. Option C, provisionally accepted. Option D, rejected. And the correct answer is option A, that is accepted. Now question number 26. When one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence, he is said to make a option A, acceptance. Option B, proposal. Option C, communication. Option D, consideration. And the correct answer is option B, that is proposal. Now question number 27. The term proposal as is used under the Indian Contract Act 1872 is a term synonymous with the term option A, promise. Option B, agreement. Option C, offer. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, offer. Now question number 28. A display of goods by a shopkeeper with prices marked on them is option A, proposal. Option B, invitation to proposal. Option C, counter proposal. Option D, tender. And the correct answer is option B, that is invitation to proposal. Now question number 29. A tender notice amounts to an option A, proposal. Option B, invitation to proposal. Option C, counter proposal. And option D, tender. And the correct answer is option B, that is invitation to proposal. Now question number 30. Acceptance must be communicated by promisee to option A, the promiser himself. Option B, the agent of the promisee. Option C, the agent of the promiser. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, the promiser himself. Now question number 31. Minor cannot ratify the agreement entered by him during his minority when he attains the age of majority. Option A, correct. Option B, wrong. Option C, fresh contract can be entered by a minor after attaining majority. Option D, A and C above. And the correct answer is option number C, that is A and C above. Now question number 32. In case of minor's agreement, the burden of proving minority is option A, on the minor. Option B, not on the minor. Option C, on other party. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, that is on the minor. Now question number 33. A sells by auction to B a horse which A knows to be unsound. A says nothing to B about horse's unsoundness. This is option A, a fraud. Option B, not a fraud. Option C, misrepresentation. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option B, that is not a fraud. Now question number 34. Which of the following is not necessary feature for free consent? Option A, when the consent is not caused by coercion. Option B, when the consent is not caused by undue influence. Option C, when the consent is not caused by mistake. Option D, when the consent is not caused by misunderstanding. And the correct answer is option D, that is when the consent is not caused by misunderstanding. Now question number 35. A gives rupees 50,000 to B on condition that he shall marry A's daughter C at the date of transfer. C was dead. Such transfer is option A, valid transfer. Option B, void transfer. Option C, voidable transfer. Option D, fraudulent transfer. And the correct answer is option B, that is void transfer. Now question number 36. A, agreement to do impossible act is option A, voidable. Option B, void. Option C, unlawful. Option D, fraud. And the correct answer is option B, void. Now question number 37. The expression liquidated damages means option A, penalty to be paid by the party who commits breach of contract. Option B, earnest money paid. Option C, an amount stipulated in contract as damages which can be recovered by one party if the other party breaches it. Option D, damages ascertained by the court payable by a party who commits breach. And the correct answer is option C, an amount stipulated in a contract as damages which can be recovered by one party if the other party breaches it. Now question number 38. Who amongst the following is not competent to contract? Option A, convict undergoing imprisonment. Option B, illiterate. Option C, a person who is on the deathbed. Option D, minor. And the correct answer is option D, minor. Now question number 39. The finder of goods can sell the goods in the following cases. Option A, when the goods are of perishing nature. Option B, when the owner is not found. Option C, when the owner is found out but he refuses to pay the lawful charges of the finder. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Now question number 40. The term quantum merit literally means option A, as much as earned. Option B, as much as lost. Option C, as much as performed. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, as much as earned. Now question number 41. A contract to pay B rupees 1,000 if B's house is burnt. Option A, the contract is void. Option B, it is contingent contract. Option C, it is voidable contract. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option B, that is, it is a contingent contract. Question number 42. Which of the following act will not amount to fraud within the meaning of section 17 of the Indian Contract Act? Option A, the active concealment of a fact by one having knowledge or belief of the fact. Option B, a promise made without any intention of performing it. Option C, the suggestion as a fact of that which is true by one who does believe it to be true. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option D, that is none of the above. Now question number 43. Where a person lawfully does anything for another person or delivers anything to him, not intending to so gratuitously, and such other person enjoys the benefit thereof. Option A, the latter is not bound to make compensation to the former. Option B, the latter is bound to make compensation to the former. Option C, the former is forbidden to accept compensation from the latter. Option D, the latter if the government is not bound to make compensation to the former. And the correct answer is option B, the latter is bound to make compensation to the former. Now question number 44. In a contract where no time for performance is specified, the engagement must be performed. Option A, within a reasonable time. Option B, within a lifetime of the promisee. Option C, within a financial year in which agreement was entered into. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, that is within a reasonable time. Now question number 45. When two or more persons have made a joint promise, a release of one of such joint promiser by the promisee, option A, does not discharge the other joint promiser. Option B, may or may not discharge the other joint promiser. Option C, discharge the other joint promiser. Option D, discharge other joint promiser from the liability arising out of discharged promisers. And the correct answer is option A, does not discharge the other joint promiser. Now question number 46. Under what provisions of the Constitution of India the state acts in the executive power in entering in contracts with individual parties? Option A, that is Article 297. Option B, Article 296. Option C, Article 299, and option D, Article 298. And the correct answer is option C, that is Article 299. Now question number 47. The agreement upon same Now question number 47. A agreement upon the same thing in same sense is known as option A, free consent. Option B, consent. Option C, representation. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option B, consent. Now question number 48. To convert a proposal into promise, the acceptance must option A, qualified. Option B, unqualified. Option C, general. Option D, absolute and unqualified. And the correct answer is option D, absolute and unqualified. Now question number 49. Section 68 deals with claim for necessaries supplied to person. Option A, who is not the citizen of India. Option B, incapable of contracting. Option C, capable of contracting. Option D, capable as well as incapable of contracting. And the correct answer is option B, incapable of contracting. Now question number 50. The two types of breach of contract, and they are option A, actual breach and remedial breach. Option B, actual breach and deemed breach. Option C, actual breach and conditional breach. Option D, actual breach and anticipatory breach. And the correct answer is option D, that is actual breach and anticipatory breach. So these are 50 most important multiple choice questions from the Indian Contract Act 1872, specifically on section 1 to section 75. So that's it for today. We will solve 50 most important multiple choice question on Specific Relief Act very soon. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit on a like button if you really like it, and share this video with your friends also. Thank you for listening.